Travel is more than just moving from one place to another. It's a journey into the unknown, a dance with unfamiliar cultures, and a way to discover parts of ourselves we never knew existed. Whether it's the thrill of exploring hidden alleys in a bustling city, or the serenity of watching a sunset over a remote mountain, travel offers a tapestry of experiences that enrich the soul and broaden the mind. Thank you for stopping by Beyond Horizon. We're thrilled to have you here, and we can't wait to share content that inspires, entertains, and adds a little extra spark to your day. Your support means the world to us.
Vietnam is a country of breathtaking landscapes, rich culture, and warm hospitality. From the serene waters of Ha Long Bay to the bustling streets of Ho Chi Minh City, it's no wonder that Vietnam has become a top destination for travelers around the globe. However, like many popular tourist destinations, Vietnam has its share of tourist scams. These scams can range from the mildly inconvenient to the outright dangerous, but with a little knowledge and vigilance, they can be easily avoided. In this article, we'll explore some of the most common tourist scams in Vietnam, offering tips on how to recognize and steer clear of them, ensuring your trip remains a positive and memorable experience. The taxi trap, one of the most common scams in Vietnam, involves taxis, particularly at airports, train stations, and popular tourist spots. Unsuspecting tourists often fall prey to drivers who tamper with meters or take deliberately longer routes to inflate the fare. In some cases, fake taxis, which are unregistered and unregulated, might even charge exorbitant flat rates or refuse to give change. How to avoid it? Use reputable companies. Stick to well-known taxi companies like Vinasun or My Linh, which have a reputation for honesty. Ride-hailing apps. Consider using ride-hailing apps like Grab, which offer fixed prices and eliminate the need to negotiate fares. Agree on a price. If you must take a taxi from a less regulated area, agree on a fare before starting your journey. Always carry small denominations of Vietnamese dong to avoid the no-change trick. The Cyclo Surprise, cyclo rides, once a staple of Vietnamese transportation, have become more of a novelty for tourists. While a ride in one of these three-wheeled pedicabs can be a charming way to explore cities like Hanoi or Hue, it's also a fertile ground for scams. The typical scenario involves a friendly cyclo driver offering a low fare for a short ride, only to demand a much higher price at the end, claiming there was a misunderstanding. How to avoid it? Clarify the fare. Always agree on the price before the ride begins, and make sure you're both clear on whether the quoted fare is per person, per ride, or per hour. Keep the conversation brief. While it's tempting to chat with your driver, be wary if they try to distract you with long conversations or sudden route changes, which could be used to justify a higher fare later. The street vendor shuffle. Vietnam is famous for its street food and vibrant markets, but some vendors see tourists as easy targets for inflated prices or even petty theft. A common scam involves vendors who aggressively push the goods, sometimes placing an item in your hand and then demanding payment, or quoting one price only to increase it once the item is bagged. How to avoid it? Practice the walk away. If you feel pressured or the price seems too high, simply walk away. Often, the vendor will quickly reduce the price or back off. Use local currency. Vendors are more likely to overcharge if you pay in foreign currency, so always carry small bills in Vietnamese dong. Watch your belongings. In busy markets, keep your valuables secure, as pickpockets often work in crowded areas. The motorbike rental racket. Renting a motorbike is one of the best ways to explore Vietnam's countryside, but it comes with risks. Unscrupulous rental companies might rent out damaged bikes and then charge exorbitant repair fees when you return them. In some cases, they might even arrange for the bike to be stolen so they can demand compensation. How to avoid it? Inspect the bike. Thoroughly check the bike for any damage before renting, and take photos as evidence. Note any scratches or mechanical issues and ensure they are documented in your rental agreement. Rent from reputable dealers. Use well-reviewed rental agencies recommended by other travelers or your hotel. Avoid renting from individuals who approach you on the street. Park in safe areas. Always park your motorbike in designated, secure areas and use a lock. Some scams involve stealing bikes that were left in vulnerable spots. The currency confusion. Vietnam's currency, the dong, can be confusing due to the large denominations and unfamiliarity to many tourists. Scammers often take advantage of this by giving incorrect change or swapping similar-looking bills of vastly different values. How to avoid it? Familiarize yourself. Take a few minutes to familiarize yourself with the different denominations and their colors. Count your change. Always take the time to count your change carefully, and don't be rushed by the vendor. If you notice a discrepancy, point it out immediately. Use ATMs. Whenever possible, withdraw cash from ATMs rather than exchanging large amounts of foreign currency at once, reducing the chances of confusion. The fake goods Fiasco Vietnam is known for its markets offering everything from souvenirs to luxury goods at seemingly unbeatable prices. However, many of these items are counterfeit or of low quality, and some sellers are not above using aggressive tactics to make a sale. How to avoid it? Be skeptical of bargains. If a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. Brand name items at suspiciously low prices are almost always fake. Know your stuff. If you're looking to buy a specific item, do some research beforehand on what the genuine article should cost and look like. Haggle respectfully. Bargaining is expected in many markets, but always do so respectfully and be prepared to walk away if the price isn't right. The hotel hustle. Some hotels and guest houses engage in practices that range from mildly annoying to outright fraudulent. These can include switching rooms after you've booked, adding mysterious charges to your bill, or even double booking your room. How to avoid it? Book through reputable sites. Use well-known booking platforms that offer reviews from other travelers, and avoid deals that seem unusually cheap. Confirm your reservation. Call ahead to confirm your booking and ask for a written confirmation of the price and what it includes. Check the bill. Always review your bill carefully before checking out. If there are charges you don't recognize, dispute them calmly but firmly. The tour guide Gambit. Hiring a local guide can greatly enrich your experience, but there are some who might overcharge, provide subpar service, or take you to specific shops where they receive a commission, rather than focusing on the sites you want to see. How to avoid it? Research and book ahead. Book tours and guides through reputable agencies or get recommendations from other travelers. Be clear about expectations. Discuss the itinerary and price in detail before the tour begins, and don't be afraid to speak up if the guide deviates from the plan. Stay aware, stay safe. Vietnam is a beautiful and welcoming country, and the vast majority of your interactions with locals will be positive. However, being aware of common scams can save you time, money, and stress, allowing you to focus on enjoying everything this incredible destination has to offer. By staying vigilant, trusting your instincts, and following the tips provided in this article, you can navigate Vietnam with confidence, avoiding the pitfalls and making the most of your adventure. Safe travels!
Thank you for taking the time to visit. Your support means the world to us. Hit subscribe and get ready for exciting future contents that we can't wait to share with you.